Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Grille, the Tier 5 German SPG, and we're located on the south spawn of Steps. And the name of the commander is Deechio. And this is the entrant and winner of Tier 5 of the What Arty Noobs Arty Day competition. Okay, he's off to his firing position in the What Arty Noobs camouflage scheme. Very kindly created by Rusty. Or Sir Rusty, I should say. Right, the Grille. It's got a 15cm howitzer. It's actually a very effective arty piece. With quite a long range and a big punch, and is very accurate. Okay, it looks like he's found his firing position. He's going to sit up in the rocks, and he's looking for his first victim. Okay, we've got an AMX 1357. That's quite a dangerous Tier 7 opponent there, making his way down the east side of the map. But we've got a Wolverine, and he's sitting behind that rock, and there's also a KV-1 there. And I think he's going to go for the KV-1 because he did pop up. He was seen round out. Oh, just lands to one side. It wasn't fully dialed in at the time, but he did stun him. Just one thing about the 15cm howitzer, it has got stun. Quite a good stun. Enough to pick up some stun assist. And of course, the main thing that's going to help Deechio is the fact that he is fighting a Tier 5 RT in a Tier 7 game. Again, he's just stunned that T67. He didn't allow the aim to dial in fully, but then the target was moving. Okay, T67's moving. Coming south. He's going to encounter that Thunderbolt, and he's going to come off the worst if he does. Yep, the Thunderbolt's a Tier 6. T67 and a Leo, a Tier 7 opponent. Right, now Deechio should be aiming directly at the Leo. Okay, he is. Dialing in, fires a round out. That's going to be a little late, a little far behind. Looks like the Leo was tracked, I think, maybe temporarily. Or he's using that ridgeline for cover. The Thunderbolt's taking some big hits, and he's gone down. Was taken out by the Leo. Actually, I think he set fire to him, and then he shot him afterwards. So we're one tank down at the moment. Got a hit on the Leo, and that's a good hit from Deechio. 214 hit points. And the crew is stunned. And he's picking up stun assist, and the Leo's down. He's been taken out. So that T67's down there, and there is an M4 as well, an EC8. Moving up. That's a Tier 6 opponent, so again, good for XP. Dials in the aim, and works out where he's going to be, and good hit! 250 hit points. More stun assist going in, and that one's down as well. So, we've only got to worry about this T67. Lost sight of him when he headed down to the southeast corner. I think the E25 is going to look for him. But in the meantime, we've got a Grille at the other end. Dialing in the aim on him, taking out the opposition. Okay, works out. He was just intending to move a little. Oh, he's killed him with one shot! It was unsighted at the time, but he suddenly appeared, so obviously he had been taken out. But the other Grille is just too far away. He's out of range at the moment, so not a lot we can do unless we move forward. Now that Wolverine's not there. There's an IKV-90 over here on the west side of the map. Two RT have been spotted. One of them's gone down, been taken out by the Wizzy 131. And I think the other one will be dead very, very shortly. No, didn't get him that time, the IKV. The Wizzy 131's just taken out the other RT, so he's now got a Pascucci's. And we're now going to aim at these heavy tanks in the west channel. Now, they're up 4 tanks at the moment, so things are looking very good indeed. But it looks like most of the enemy tanks are over this side of the map. He fired a late round of that M6, but I think he's moved on. Needs to aim for the T-34. It's a Tier 6 opponent. There's the IKV. And that's a Tier 7 opponent. But he's got a problem with this rock being in the way. He's got a company of a T67 who appears from all this to be a bit of a noob. But we just lost the E25. Now, I think he was taken out by that T67. So it's a good job that he has moved up here, because I suspect that T67 is going to make a reappearance. Okay, he's aiming for where the IKV was last seen. There he is. Okay, dialing in. Line him up. Round out. Should be a good hit. Yes, it is. 271. Big hit. On a tier 7, it's going to earn him a lot of XP. And he's still stunned, so he's earning stun assistance. Oh, now there's a slight movement there. That may have been due to the T67 bumping into him. T67 is right alongside him. Round out on the M6. Oh, he got a big hit and he was killed immediately afterwards, so he picks up more stun assist off that one. There's only 3 opponents left now. The T3485M, the Wolverine, and the T67. And we've lost sight of that T67, remember? There's the T34. Okay, he's dialing in the aim. Fires a snapshot. It stuns the T34. And he picks up some stun assist there. Now you can definitely hit it. You can see that on battle assistant mode. You can actually see the T34. So you know you can hit it. That T34 is more than likely going to stop as soon as he sees the opponent. Oh no, he's been taken out by the Wizzy 131. So that means there's just the Wolverine and the T67 left. And we haven't seen the Wolverine, but we know where the T67's been seen. He was in the southeast corner. So from deechio is going to actually look for the T67 now. It looks like he's been poking up onto that ridge line. So he's aiming actually in the wrong place at the moment. He ought to be aiming just a little bit higher up the ridgeline. Slightly to the left. Now we just lost the 88 to the Wolverine. That means the Wolverine must be in sight of that 88. And he was fairly close to deechio. I believe he was in grid square H7. Or is it G8? So it looks like 2 of the tanks are headed this direction. Oh, the Wolverine. Oh, is that the Wolverine? No, that's where the he's fired where the T67 was spotted. I think that's where he needs to aim, because he's fairly safe from the Wolverine. The Wolverine must be close by, but being as he's up on top of that mountain but in a bush, he's fairly well protected. Oh, he hit it! He definitely hit it. The shell disappeared without an explosion, so the T67 was there. And yes, actually it's the Wolverine! Oh my gum, it's not just the T67, the Wolverine is there as well. So we now know where the Wolverine and T67 are. They're working together. That round fell short. So it's only the T67 left now. The Wolverine was taken out. There's the T67. He can't hit it. It's in the shade of the rocks. He managed to get 6 kills in the end. So, well done to the Wizzy 131. Let's have a look at the end of battle results for this battle. Oh my god, look at this. It's an Ace Tanker for deechio in the Grille. He also picked up a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 11. And he got a Confederate because he hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by others. And there you can see that he only got 1 enemy destroyed. That was the Grille at the other end. So he fired over the entire range of the battlefield to hit the enemy Grille, but all the other tanks he hit were taken out by others. So obviously that's the Confederate medal. Let's have a look at the team score, see exactly how he did. Well, He didn't get the highest damage. That went to that Wizzy 131, the very busy bee. He actually managed to score just 61 hit points more than deechio did. So deechio was beaten into second place, but only just. When it came to kills, of course, the Wizzy 131 came top again with 6. He managed to get a top gun, but deechio was also beaten a bit further back into joint third place because his teammate in the other Grille managed to get 2 kills, but he didn't get as much damage as deechio. And when it came to base XP, deechio was right at the top of the table with 1,295, and the main reason for that is that the Wizzy 131 is a higher tier than the Grille, which was bottom tier, and yet he was hitting much higher tier opponents, and that's why he generated so much more than the others. If we look at the detail report, well, he fired 14 rounds, got 6 direct hits, 6 penetrations, and 4 splash. Damage of 1,708 hit points, of which 1,301 were at more than 300 meters. He damaged 7 of the enemy, but killed 1 of them, and he did stun assistance damage of 1,211 off 9 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 51,203 credits. That's a huge total for a tier 5 Arty. And then after ammunition reload, and it is fairly cheap, this ammunition, because remember that was 14 rounds, only cost 7,000, so they're 500 credits apiece. And he still managed to come away with 44,133 credits after that battle. He received 1,943 XP, but it was times 3 to the first victory of the day, so he took away 5,829 experience points altogether. And this is the important figure that counts towards the Arty day total, 1,295. That is the base XP for this battle, and that absolutely blitzed all the other players, as it was definitely the highest base XP scored by the tier 5 category. So congratulations, deechio. You've won the tier 5 category, and it was keenly fought because lots of people had to go, including myself, but we couldn't beat your score, so you are the winner. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that we'll be featuring in the next video.